Hi everybody, welcome back to the Tetrix RoboBench video series. This is Tim and Tammy, and we have worked our way all the way through our Pulse programming guide up to activity number 15. This is the last activity.
Yes.
Give me a preview. What are we going to do for this one?
All right, this one's called Combining the Sensor. So it's a culmination of everything we've done. So we're not introducing any new elements into the program, but we're just going to combine them all. So we're going to see the robot be able to detect an object, and then it's got to stop. So it's going to follow a line and continue following a line until there's an obstacle that it detects, and then it will stop, we'll remove the obstacle, and then it will continue following that line.
Awesome. And we're also using the servo. We're kind of just doing everything that we've worked with so far. We're going to put it all in one program, right?
Right.
Awesome. So let's go. Are we ready to open up the program?
Yep, make sure you have your robot, your computer, and your cord, and let's open up that example program.
15. We were looking for this one for a long time. Okay, here it is. So what's exciting going on in this program?
Well, first thing we do is we set the speed of the servo motor, and the servo motor is right here. And you only have to set that speed once in your program, so that's why that's in the very beginning of that setup loop.
Okay.
And then the program's going to do is that line finder sensor. It's going to follow that line as it's detecting that black line versus the white. And it's going to do its little waddle back and forth following that line. And the red LED will be turned on as it's following the line. It'll turn off and on depending on what it's detecting. And then when it detects an object on that path that the line that's following, then it will actually stop. It will be detected by your ultrasonic sensor. So when it's less than 25 centimeters from that object, then we're going to see the green LED turn on, and then the motors will stop, and your servo motor, which is right here, this is the arm on your servo, and it's going to change position. So it's going to be in position 0, so it's going to rotate to 0 degrees when it detects that object. When you remove the obstacle that's there, then that servo is going to change positions up to 90 degrees and let you know that the obstacle has been avoided, and it will continue to follow the line then.
So we're going to have a couple of different visual indicators along with what we see the robot behave to help us know where it's at in the program, right?
Right.
Awesome. So are we ready to try and plug it in
Yes.
and upload? All right. So let's go ahead and hit our upload. Look for our visual clues. Do we see data going across? There it goes, sending data. I've got my successful uploaded message. That's what we were looking for. You ready to go try this?
Yes, let's go try.
Awesome. Yeah, there's good. All right, we're back. Did it do what we wanted it to do?
Yes. So
Cool.
we got to see it drive and follow that line, and then when it detected that obstacle, then it stopped. So a great extension activity for this is instead of it just stopping and you have to remove that obstacle, program it to go around it. So see if you can use your sensors to have it detect an obstacle. It can drive around that obstacle and then continue following that line.
Cool. So we've kind of given them the tool set that they should be able to now kind of put everything together,
Right.
go back and maybe change some things up and have it do different behaviors, right?
Yes.
Awesome. How about the real world? What's the real world connection for this last activity?
Well, we see that sensors are used in many places, and especially in the medical field. So there are surgeries being done with sensors. There's different, it can take your temperature, blood pressure. So you see a lot of different sensors being used in the medical field, and a lot of that is actually robotics.
Awesome. So that's our last activity, but is there anything before we go ahead and close? Is there anything else that you want to talk about from the programmer's guide or anything that we've done so far? Give them any tips or troubleshooting ideas?
Yeah. Well, now that you've gone through this whole programming guide, you have a lot of different things you can do. So I encourage you to explore and play around with it. Try to expand on what you've done. And the appendix has some great resources in here. So
Good point. There's a lot of resources in the book, right?
Right. So if you wanted to, you could go back through these activities and pull them up in the Arduino IDE. And then you can actually just go through and edit the programs and do those extension activities, doing the text-based coding, and you can edit the values there. So you can try to experiment. Now you've done graphical programming with the programming guide, and you can go to text-based programming with the Arduino IDE. There's also a glossary in there, and for you teachers, there's actually standards included for what standards are addressed with the programming guide. There is a scope and sequence, and there is the text-based coding language examples provided right in there too. So if you do go to that Arduino IDE, you have a lot of examples of how you can code it with the text.
Awesome. So I hope you guys really liked that and enjoyed it. And this time, since we don't have any more activities, I can go ahead and say like what we always say, go out there, build some robots, have fun, and come back and see us.